at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days. Just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Script. Let's get right into today's video. Internally, they all know the narrative that Bitcoin is not a store of value. The individuals that are extremely intelligent know this. And that's why in a moment, I'm going to play you a video of Rosie Rios and John McAfee, the legend, the living legend, in my opinion, still lurking out there. But without further ado, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. It is jaw-dropping, to say the least. Adina dropped the bombshell. Bigger than Bin Laden. And every single one of us missed it. I'm going to connect these dots together. Keep in mind, she has been working at Nasdaq since 2000, and then she went away for 3 years and then came back to become the CEO, okay? And back in the 2000s, she was the executive vice president of corporate strategy and data product. And the same individual that overlooked Nasdaq's corporate strategy is now telling you that there's going to be digital assets underpinning the new system. It is truly remarkable. I'm going to bring it, cut it into bits and pieces. And you got to understand, like, these are monumental and very intelligent individuals, just like Mr. Greg Kidd, right? Yesterday, the same individual back in 2002 to 2004 was an analyst in payment systems at the Federal Reserve. And the same individual, when he came abroad, to Ripple, asked to be paid in, not to be paid in. He didn't even want to get paid. He said for an option to buy XRP. Okay. So again, these are, individuals that understand it, along with many of you guys, that see it as well. But without further ado, listen to this first. Rosie Rios, John McAfee, take it away.
Just want to share that I am on the board of Ripple. Ripple is XRP. And so when people ask me the question, why did you join the board of Ripple? I joined the board of Ripple because XRP serves a purpose. It's a function that facilitates cross-border payments. It's not some store of value, kind of arbitrary value that is not pegged to anything. This is actually what legitimate financial institutions use specifically for cross-border payments. So instead of
But they're going to lose all their money. If you think Bitcoin is a store of value, are you fucking kidding me, people? I mean, is the air a store of value?
Payments. It's not some store of value, kind of arbitrary.
Is a garbage dump a store? Please, people, wake the fuck up. There's no store of value in cryptocurrency. There's just utility. It's always been utility. For 4 years, Bitcoin was utility.
But John, why can't utility be a store of value? Why can't my utility be?
It is a store of value, but there's no utility to Bitcoin. Do you understand? What utility? Go on the dark web, find a single fucking vendor that will accept Bitcoin anymore. Nobody. 100% is Monero. Do you understand? So just like everybody in the very beginning on the dark web was Bitcoin, nobody accepted the credit cards. Now nobody accepts Bitcoin.
I absolutely love McAfee, honestly. It is just so classic. It's just so real. Again, if you don't know McAfee, you got to understand this is, McAfee antivirus, and this is the same individual that completely integrated and got all the secrets from, Washington when he hacked their system, pretty much. Okay, so he has a lot on the government, and I'm not going to go into that in today's episode, obviously. But listen to what Adina says here, very important, saying that we have a ways to go, and the technology that I've been telling you guys for a very long time, it's not ready yet. This is a big deal, and they need to do this right. Remember, I've been saying that for years, saying that this all needs to be coordinated very, very precisely, given every single player involved is a very, very, it's the world economy, baby.
But I think, we have a ways to go. And I would also say we want to do it the right way. We just have to recognize that Our US markets are incredibly resilient, extremely scaled, extremely inexpensive for investors, and highly liquid. So we just don't, let's keep that. Let's keep all those great things. And then let's put the technology in where we can actually reduce friction.
Because one thing we have learned is when you unlock friction, you have an explosion of market usage.
And then let's put the technology in where we can actually reduce friction.
Is when you unlock friction, you have an explosion of market usage.
Does T+1 settlement need to exist over the long term? No. So how do we kind of allow for this innovation to come in a way that enhances the investor experience but doesn't have unintended consequences?
And then listen to this, and then I'll play the bigger, longer version of why she said a digital asset as the underpinning for these systems. She talks about post-trade processes, okay, but just listen to this part.
You know, one of the things that makes the U.S. markets special and unique is the depth of liquidity and the confluence of investors, retail investors, institutional investors, hedge funds, all coming in and contributing to price discovery. So what we've filed for is to say, look, we manage 3 million messages a second. In our U.S. equities markets, we're probably managing anywhere from 3 to 5 billion messages just inbound into our systems every day. In options, we're talking about 80 to 130 billion messages in our systems every day. So
now this system can be very high volume. So you can build a very high volume, low cost transaction system, being able to do billions of transactions of different kinds of assets, tokenized, but all transacted in the same way.
Free up a lot of capital. I mean, there's just so much capital trapped, whether it's in clearinghouses or clearing brokers, that I think could really be freed up if we kind of create an ecosystem with digital assets as the underpinning. And then the third, whether it's in clearinghouses or clearing brokers, that I think could really be freed up if we kind of create an ecosystem with digital assets as the underpinning. Whether it's in clearinghouses or clearing brokers, that I think could really be freed up if we kind of create an ecosystem with digital assets as the underpinning. Create an ecosystem with digital assets as the underpinning. Create an ecosystem with digital assets as the underpinning.
And here where she talks about, you know, Ripple is working on this, and guess what? They're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, okay? Nasdaq, Ripple, RLUSD, XRP, everybody internally knows the game plan now. And that's it. That's all I got to say. And when you heard the beginning, that was the BIS Finternet. Remember when we covered it? And look how monumental that is playing out right now. It is the same script in terms of the same language that they're speaking in regards to the friction, freeing up friction. And once you do it precisely, there is an explosion in markets. But listen to what she says here. This is remarkable because this, you have Ripple involved, you have RLUSD involved, you have XRP involved, and you have Nasdaq involved. Truly, truly remarkable.
These are very, very scaled systems, but the post-trade processes is where we really want to focus. So we're team address and modernize, but we do think blockchain technology can really streamline post-trade processes across the world, which then, of course, frees up capital. So if we do it right, we can actually make that an opportunity to deliver more capital into the system. The second is collateral mobility. So I know that Ripple is really focused on that, and so are we. So we have Calypso as our trade infrastructure technology for the banks and broker community. And in that, we have collateral management, which I would say is the most used module within that solution in terms of optimizing for collateral. But what we really love about the idea of digital assets is being able to move that collateral in a much more seamless way. If we can create that collateral mobility that Ripple is so focused on, we're focused on, it will free up a lot of capital. I mean, there's just so much capital trapped, whether it's in clearinghouses or clearing brokers, that I think could really be freed up if we kind of create an ecosystem with digital assets as the underpinning.
We're talking about, like, in terms of market impact, that would be orders of magnitude.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to, I know I've seen the number before. I mean, we're talking hundreds of billions, if not maybe even $1 trillion of capital that you could free up if you can move it more seamlessly, if you can streamline post-trade processes, and frankly, if you can just manage payments in a much more frictionless way.
Digital assets as the underpinning. Wow, these native assets, folks. It is going to be monumental what we are about to see. And right now the markets are tanking. It doesn't matter. Listen, the same individuals that are, might be upset right now, you're going to be smiling, you're going to be happy in the coming months ahead. So wipe off that, sad face that you have, that if you feel down about the markets, you are so early. Understand that, okay? When I tell people are priced out, I talk about mass accumulation, okay? Individuals that are getting in right now, trying to accumulate like $50,000, because that is a lot of money to accumulate XRP when you're getting in right now, given what everybody's, on the statistics average savings is for each country. But you're still early if you're looking at this stuff. This is ground zero. Nothing has been implemented yet, and that's all I could say. Keep your head up high. We're the pioneers, ladies and gentlemen. We are the pioneers. Understand that. We were the first market makers and retail buying this when everybody was telling you to look away and don't buy it. Okay. So with that being said, we'll be back with another video.
There'll be lots of liquidity for cross-currency and cross-border payments, and it'll become a settlement system that will be of high value.
Well, I woke up this morning, check my bags on the chain. XRPL still humming while the FUD folks complain. Ripple fighting Goliath, yeah, the SSA's game. But Johnny D and Hogan, they're bringing the flame. So we salute to the rebels in suits, to the coders and hodlers wearing dusty old boots. Raise a toast to the ledger and the lawyers who bite, while Taco Stand dumps through the middle of the night. Damn, Jed, can you chill? Brad G's on the mic saying clarity now, while Shorts codes the stars with the hologram cow watch. The haters keep chirping, but the people ain't blind. This ain't some mean dream, it's the internet's spine. Regulators stalling, but the clock's ticking fast. Ripple drops the case like a baseline blast. Communities united from Twitter to the street. We meme through the madness and never admit defeat. Yeah, we salute to the devs and the geeks, to the ledger that clears in seconds, not weeks. To D, to Hogan, to Legal Delight, and the salty old taco that just loves to spite. Hey Jed, you done yet? Or you got another dump scheduled for lunch? So here's to the warriors, the freaks, and the fans, waving salute tokens like battle flags in hand. It ain't just about coins, it's a movement, a pact. We defend what we build, and we're taking it back. Come on, salute to the ones in the fight, to the token that laughs in regulatory spite, to Schwartz, Brad, and the ones still believing, even while Taco Stand's always leaving. One for XRP, and raise your guitar for decentralized dreams. This song's for the ledger, the truth and the proof. With a smile and a nod, we say,
as long as a specific asset class actually starts moving on-chain wholesale, and you get true hockey stick adoption.
So I think you're going to be talking about, market cap into the, tens of trillions, even beyond what it is right now.
The XRP community has been ready for this moment. I'm thrilled you are on this journey with us. It is definitely happening. Thank you very much.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.